When we look up at the night sky, we see countless stars shining above us. Around many of those stars, planets are moving in orbits just like our Earth does around the Sun. For a long time, we believed Earth was the only place that could support life. After all, it has water, air, and a comfortable temperature. But over the past few decades, scientists have discovered many new planets, and some of them may even be more suitable for life than Earth. This makes us wonder, could life exist somewhere else in the universe? And if it does, could those planets be even better homes than our own world? This question is what drives scientists to search deeper into space, and it opens the door to amazing possibilities that challenge everything we know about life. One of the most fascinating discoveries in space is a planet called Kepler 452b. Astronomers often call it Earth's cousin because it looks so much like our own planet in many ways. Kepler 452b is about 1,400 light-years away from us, which sounds very far, but in the scale of the universe, it's still considered close enough to study. What makes this planet so interesting is that it orbits a star very similar to our Sun. Not only that, but it sits in the habitable zone, the perfect distance where it's not too hot and not too cold, just the right conditions for liquid water to exist. And as we know, wherever there is water, there is a chance for life. Kepler 452b is larger than Earth, almost 1.5 times bigger. Because of this, scientists call it a super-Earth. Its larger size might mean it has stronger gravity, which could help keep its atmosphere stable for billions of years. A strong and steady atmosphere is very important because it protects life from harmful radiation and helps keep temperatures balanced. Some scientists even believe that if Kepler 452b is oceans, mountains, and clouds, it might have had more time for life to develop compared to Earth. This is because its star is a little older than our Sun, which means the planet has been receiving life-friendly conditions for a longer time. Imagine that. While life on Earth was still learning to crawl out of the oceans, Kepler 452b could already have been home to advanced ecosystems. Of course, we don't know for sure yet. The distance makes it very hard to study in detail, and our current technology cannot directly see its surface. But the idea that a planet so much like Earth exists out there gives us hope. Kepler 452b shows us that Earth is not unique, and maybe, just maybe, there are other places in the universe that could one day be called home. Another planet that excites scientists is Kepler 22b. This planet was one of the first Earth-like worlds discovered in the habitable zone of another star. It orbits a star that is very much like our Sun, and it is about 600 light-years away from us. That may sound distant, but compared to other planets, it's still among the closer ones we can study. What makes Kepler 22b so interesting is its size and possible surface. It is about 2.5 times larger than Earth. Because of its size, scientists think it may not be a rocky world like Earth, but instead, it could be covered with a massive global ocean. Imagine a planet where almost the entire surface is water, stretching endlessly without land in sight. If this is true, Kepler 22b could be a true water world. The idea of a water world is fascinating because water is the key ingredient for life as we know it. On Earth, wherever water exists, life always finds a way to survive. From the deepest oceans to the smallest drops of water, life thrives. If Kepler 22b really has an endless ocean, it could be filled with marine life forms, maybe even more diverse and advanced than anything we see on Earth. Scientists also studied the temperature of Kepler 22b. If it has an atmosphere similar to Earth's, then the average temperature could be quite comfortable, something that allows water to remain liquid. This would make it an even better candidate for life. Some even suggest that if intelligent life exists there, it could be a completely ocean-based civilization, living in giant seas instead of on land. We still don't know the full truth about Kepler 22b. Our telescopes are not yet powerful enough to show us clear details about its surface or atmosphere. But even with the little information we have, it stands out as one of the best chances for finding life. Just thinking about a planet covered entirely in water makes us realize how creative the universe can be when it comes to building homes for life. If we dream about traveling to another planet one day, the best place to start looking is our own cosmic neighborhood. That's where we find Proxima Centauri b, the closest Earth-like planet ever discovered. It orbits a star called Proxima Centauri, which is just over 4 light-years away from us. In space terms, that's right next door compared to other planets that are hundreds or even thousands of light-years away. Proxima Centauri b sits in the habitable zone of its star, which means it could have the right temperature for liquid water to exist. Since water is the building block of life, this gives scientists hope that the planet might be capable of supporting living things. Even though we cannot see its surface yet, the possibility alone makes it one of the most exciting discoveries in recent years. The planet is only a little bigger than Earth, which means gravity there would feel quite similar to what we experience here. This is important because it suggests that if the planet has an atmosphere, it might be able to hold on to it, keeping the planet stable for long periods of time. A stable atmosphere is vital for life because it helps balance temperature and protects from dangerous radiation. But Proxima Centauri b is not without challenges. Its star, Proxima Centauri, is a red dwarf star. Red dwarfs are smaller and cooler than our Sun, but they are also known for powerful solar flares. These flares can release bursts of radiation that may strip away the atmosphere of a planet or make conditions tough for life. So, while Proxima b may have the right distance from its star, scientists are still unsure if it has managed to hold on to its atmosphere. Despite these challenges, Proxima Centauri b is still our best candidate for exploration. At just 4 light-years away, it is within the reach of future technology. Some scientists have even suggested sending small robotic spacecraft, powered by light sails, to travel to Proxima b. These probes could reach the planet within a few decades and give us the first close-up look at another world that might support life. Proxima Centauri b shows us that the search for life doesn't always mean looking far across the galaxy. Sometimes, the most promising worlds might be waiting just beyond our doorstep, reminding us that we are not alone in the vastness of space. In 2017, astronomers made a discovery that captured the world's imagination. They found a star called Trappist 1, about 40 light-years away, with not just 1 or 2 planets, but 7 Earth-sized planets orbiting around it. This was an incredible find because never before had we seen so many Earth-like worlds in one system. It was almost like finding a solar system that could be a smaller copy of our own. What makes Trappist 1 even more exciting is that at least 3 of its planets lie in the habitable zone. That means they are at just the right distance from their star for liquid water to exist on their surfaces. With 3 potentially life-friendly worlds in one system, scientists began calling Trappist 1 a gold mine for studying the possibilities of life beyond Earth. The Trappist 1 planets are rocky, just like Earth, and they are close enough to their star to complete orbits in only a few days. The star itself is a small and cool red dwarf, much dimmer than our Sun, which means the planets orbit very closely without getting too hot. Imagine standing on one of those worlds. You would see the other planets in the sky, some appearing larger than our moon does from Earth. It would be like living in a system where the night sky is always full of neighboring planets. One of the biggest questions scientists ask is whether these planets have atmospheres. If they do, then they could protect life from harmful radiation and help keep temperatures stable. The James Webb Space Telescope is already studying the Trappist 1 system, trying to find out if any of the planets have water vapor, clouds, or gases like oxygen and carbon dioxide. Any of these would be strong signs that the planets could host life. The Trappist 1 system is so special because it doesn't give us just one hope for life. It gives us 7 chances. Even if one planet turns out to be too hot or another too cold, there are still others left to explore. It's like the universe placed multiple possibilities side by side, waiting for us to unlock their secrets. This system reminds us that our galaxy could be full of solar systems where not one, but many planets could be suitable for life. Trappist 1 shows us that Earth may not be rare at all. Life-friendly planets might be more common than we ever imagined. Among the many planets discovered by astronomers, one that has sparked a lot of debate is Gliese 581g. This planet orbits a star called Gliese 581, located about 20 light-years away from Earth. When it was first reported, many scientists became excited because it seemed to be one of the most Earth-like planets ever found. Some even called it the Goldilocks planet because it appeared to sit right in the habitable zone, not too hot, not too cold, but just right for life. Gliese 581g was estimated to be a little larger than Earth, which means it could have similar gravity. With the right atmosphere, its surface might allow water to stay liquid. This made it seem like one of the strongest candidates for hosting life. The news of its discovery spread quickly, and it gave people hope that life beyond Earth might be closer than we thought. But soon, problems appeared. Not all scientists agreed that Gliese 581g was real. Some data showed signs of the planet's orbit, but others argued that the signals might have been caused by noise or errors in the measurements. This created a long debate in the scientific community. Some believed the planet truly existed, while others thought it was just a false signal. Even though the evidence is uncertain, the idea of Gliese 581g still excites astronomers. If it does exist, it could be a world with stable conditions and the right distance from its star for life. And even if this particular planet is not real, the search around the Gliese 581 system has already revealed other interesting planets. This shows us that habitable worlds may not be rare at all. They might be waiting for us, hidden in the data we collect. The story of Gliese 581g reminds us that science is a process of discovery and correction. Sometimes we find planets that turn out to be real, and sometimes we find signals that are just mistakes. But every step brings us closer to learning the truth. Whether Gliese 581g is out there or not, it continues to inspire the search for planets that could be better than Earth for life. One of the most exciting discoveries in recent years is a planet called K2-18b. It is about 120 light-years away, orbiting a small red dwarf star. At first, K2-18b might sound like just another planet in the long list of exoplanets. But what makes it truly special is that scientists have detected signs of water vapor in its atmosphere. This was the first time water vapor was clearly found on a planet in the habitable zone outside our solar system. K2-18b is bigger than Earth, about twice its size, so it is known as a super-Earth. Its larger size means gravity would be stronger there, and the atmosphere could be thicker and more stable. This kind of atmosphere could help protect the planet from radiation and keep its surface temperature balanced. With water vapor already detected, it suggests the possibility of clouds, rain, and maybe even oceans. What excites scientists the most is that water is the foundation of life as we know it. Here on Earth, life exists everywhere water is found, whether in oceans, rivers, or even tiny drops hidden underground. If K2-18b has water in liquid form, it raises the chances that it could also support life. Some even suggest that the planet might have a mix of rocky surface and thick atmosphere, creating conditions where life could thrive in ways very different from Earth. However, K2-18b is not without challenges. Because it orbits a red dwarf star, it may be exposed to strong radiation and solar flares. The planet might also have a very different chemical balance in its atmosphere, which could make life there very different from anything we imagine. Still, the fact that we can already detect water vapor so clearly is a huge step forward. K2-18b reminds us how quickly science is moving. Just a few years ago, finding signs of water on a distant planet seemed impossible. Now, with powerful telescopes, we are already peeking into the atmospheres of faraway worlds. K2-18b might not just be another candidate for life. It could be the first real proof that planets better than Earth truly exist. As we've explored these fascinating worlds, Kepler 452b, Kepler 22b, Proxima Centauri b, the Trappist 1 system, Gliese 581g, and K2-18b, we realize something powerful. Earth is not alone in offering the conditions for life. Out there, scattered across the galaxy, are planets that could have water, stable climates, protective atmospheres, and perhaps even ecosystems beyond our imagination. Some may have been habitable long before Earth, while others might remain safe havens for billions of years into the future. But this leads to a big question. Are these planets truly better than Earth? The answer is both yes and no. Yes, because some of them may offer more stable environments, longer-lasting stars, or even larger surfaces for life to spread. But also no, because Earth is the only place we know for certain that life exists. It is our home, perfectly tuned to us after billions of years of evolution. Until we set foot on another planet and prove it can support us, Earth will always remain the most important world for humankind. Yet, the search changes the way we see the universe. These discoveries remind us that life might not be rare. It could be common, waiting quietly on worlds we have not yet reached. Maybe future generations will sail through the stars and find new homes among these planets, making the dream of living beyond Earth a reality. For now, Earth is our cradle, but it may not be our only home. And knowing that there are planets out there that could be better than Earth gives us hope. Hope that life is not unique to us. Hope that the universe is alive. And hope that humanity's journey is only just beginning.